Field Trips features real field stories told by real ASCE members. This episode of Field Trips is sponsored by the ISFOG 2020 conference. More info at isfog2020.org.
Hi, I'm Mark Wayne, and this is my field trip. As a Director of Application Technology and Engineering with Tensar International, I often find myself on a variety of sites evaluating performance of our geogrids. For this particular trip, we're looking at our latest InterACS geogrid and trying to figure out how well it performs in comparison to a control section. And these sections are constructed with asphaltic concrete on the surface, base course, and a fairly firm subgrade with a CBR of 6%. So the objective here was to travel down to Vicksburg, and then we were going to install multi-depth deflectometers. Now at this point, all the other instruments are installed in the section, the pressure cells, asphalt strain gauges, etc. They're already installed. The MDDs go in last, and they are a critical component because, as you can see from this figure, that comes from BDI, the developers of this piece of equipment. This actually tells us, as we traffic it, how much deformation is occurring through each of these sections. So the deformation of the asphalt, the base course, and the subgrade on which it rests. So this is important information. But what we need to do is get on site and drill holes. So here we get on site, we're drilling holes. So we need a 2-inch diameter hole for these particular multi-depth deflectometers, pictured to the right. They are 9 feet long, so we have to drill down a little bit deeper than 9 feet, obviously. We have to be able to get these in successfully and anchor them at the base. Well, we ran into a problem. The problem we ran into is that some of that stone from the base course fell into the hole. So that was messing up the drill rig. So they really couldn't progress any further. So as we're standing around talking about this, I was speaking with Dr. Jeremy Robinson, who runs the testing at ERDC for us, and Tom Wyman with BDI. They are the developers of the MDDs, and they were installing them for us. So I talked to them and I said, well, wait a minute, what if I get some great stuff and we can put that in there and let it set up and then drill right through it? But as I got to Home Depot to pick the stuff up, I said, I also need some foam, solid foam, that I can stuff down into the hole that we currently drilled. And so that way that the great stuff won't expand down in the hole. So interestingly enough, I get back, we do that, and the stuff does even expand past what we had in the first place, but it's fine. It fills the holes. The photo on the top shows how it came out. We put some additional normal load on the top, some weight of a core on top of it, and it still, bled out the side. That worked out well. The photo on the bottom left shows Tom pulling out the foam after they already drilled through it, so the drilling worked beautifully. And then the photo on the right shows Tom putting the multi-depth deflectometer down the hole. And one additional thing we had to do is make sure that drill stayed in the hole right up until the point of placing the MDDs. Because if it doesn't, you can imagine that soil wants to creep back into the hole. So everything went really well. People are very excited. And what's the next step of this? Well, I'll be making another field trip down there to watch this accelerated pavement testing. Dynatest's latest Titan Heavy Vehicle Simulator, HVS, is going to be used to then traffic these sections. And this simulator can traverse this section 18,000 times a day, and the length is 75 feet, so we can test multiple sections at a time. So in the end, everyone's excited, and I'm Mark Wayne, and this is my field trip.
Field Trips is a production of ASCE and the Geo-Institute.